I honestly think I've done it. I've found the best, cheapest hybrid that you're not going to buy. Let's do it, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here guys. First things first, I'd like to warmly welcome you all to the channel. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel if you're not new to the channel, but guys, if you are new to the channel, take a second to hit that subscribe button below, then you won't miss any of the other golf related content that brings you guys 365 days a year. In today's video, I'm talking about the Wilson D9 Hybrid. I'm going to get straight into it. This thing costs £149 brand new. To put that in perspective, the new Titleist TSI will cost nearly £250 brand new. £100 difference, yet a lot of people won't even try this. And I know that's a well-used title on YouTube, but it's true, so I'm using it. And you may think, James, if you've not hit any shots with this club yet because the review's only just started, how on earth can you claim that title already? Well, I've hit some, so that's generally how. I've hit 5 shots already, and I can already see that this isn't just a cheap hybrid that Wilson are pumping out there to the masses to try and get loads of sales. I'm sure that's what all golf club manufacturers do anyway, but this actually performs pretty well. So before I talk about what it has got, I'm going to talk about what it hasn't got. So it hasn't got adjustability, it hasn't got a carbon crown, it hasn't got loads of strange graphics or colours on it. But let me talk to you about what it has got after I just hit another one. Ideally for me, we're talking about 210, I think, with this. 207, and that is the exact ball flight that I want with a hybrid. A high towering fade. It's going to land soft on the green and hopefully close to a flag, maybe. I mean, on the green we'd take. But this whole D9 range from Wilson to me is quite interesting, not only because of the price, but because of the technology they're putting in them. So just like the driver, the D9 Hybrid has variable face thickness, which a lot of clubs do have now. A lot of companies call them different names. They're called variable face thickness, which I think this is. They're called inverted cone technology, they're called flash face, but generally they're all designed to do the same thing, and that's maintain ball speed off of centre hits. Now the D9 Hybrid also claims that it maintains steep angles of launch, which I'm seeing there. I'm not gonna lie, I've hit this pretty well so far, but I'm sure we'll get to test the rest of the face imminently. I mean soon. Oh, that was just glorious. That was wonderful. Again, nice high towering, we'll call it a fade, it's not really a fade, we'll call it a fade. 207 yards, spinning at 4,900, loads of spin on this club. And that's one thing which, when I tested the D9 driver, it wasn't in my specs. It was in 10.5 degree. The shaft was a little bit too soft, but it still performed pretty well. We've got this hybrid in a 22 degree 4-iron replacement, and it's a Tensai AV series 70 gram stiff shaft. So there's no excuses here. This is just a 4 hybrid. Would I use a 4 hybrid normally? I do quite like a 4-iron to be fair, but get in those comments below if you want to see me test this against my 4-iron and see what the differences are. As I said in the beginning of the review, if I can hit this to around 210 yards pretty consistently, then it already probably outperforms my 4-iron in the consistency stakes. That's another one. A little bit heely, that one. The spin's gone up a touch and the distance has come down a bit. It's still over 200 yards and still a nice high flight. So I guess it comes down to don't bite off more than you can chew with this club. I'm sure if I try to play a bit of a knuckleball, try to flight it down, I might be able to get it out there a bit more. Such as that. So 212 going 216, the spin's dropped to 3.4, and I'm actually really impressed with that because it shows just how versatile this head shape is. That's something which Wilson are claiming as well. So these hybrids have a progressive head shape, which means that the volume on the lower lofted clubs is bigger to give you more forgiveness, but then when you go to the higher lofted clubs and you don't necessarily need that much forgiveness, have more face curvature to allow for a little bit more consistency and accuracy. Not to mention the 455 Carpenter premium face insert, which is made from a high quality forged miraging steel, again, for better feel and more ball speed. These are all bits of technology that you do hear coming from the bigger brands, the more expensive brands. So why aren't people trying these golf clubs? That's another one where I've just sent out an absolute knuckleball. It's a strange thing why people don't try these. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I probably wouldn't try them as well if it wasn't my job to test them and show you guys. But then once you start testing brands like this and you realise that actually they are very, very good, not just bang for the buck, not just value for money, but they're just good. Oh, I knew I couldn't do that. Looking down at this club from address, it just looks like, to be honest, it looks perfect. It's like small, black, not a lot going on. There's a little logo in the centre there just to allow for alignment, and there's a tiny little D9 logo in the corner. But apart from that, if I were to tell you that this is a mega premium golf club and it costs more money than, say, the Titleist, the TaylorMade, the Ping, the Callaway, the Mizuno, you'd have a lot on to try and disagree with me because it just looks good. I'm not saying it looks better than any of those. I'm not saying it looks worse, but it looks good. And that is one of the best hybrid shots I've hit, like, ever. Like, look at that. For 139 quid. Definitely sounds better when you get it out the middle. That's one of the first ones I've hit that sounded truly nice. One of the problems I had with the D9 driver was it just spun a little bit too high. It didn't quite sound as good. It wasn't in my exact specs and I couldn't adjust it. So if you want adjustability on your hybrid, the Wilson D9 range probably isn't for you. But like, I usually hit 10 shots here. I'm 11 shots in and I'm absolutely loving it. And I could just carry on hitting this all day. Oh, that's the first one you've hit left. You should have stopped at 11. 4 left. Oh, I've nailed that one as well. Right, guys, we're going to hit 3 more because we're going to round it up to 15. And then I'm going to show you how this performs. Let me know if you want me to test this against a 4-iron like we said, or against a more premium hybrid like a Titleist, a Callaway, a TaylorMade, a Mizuno, a Ping. Like we said. Right, come on. Par 3 at 215. You've got to step on it because 3 wood wouldn't get you there. And this is your only option. You're going to turn it right to left in the air. Turn. Oh, 208, but it's on line. See, I can't really ask for much more than that because if I knew I wanted to hit a club further, I shouldn't hit this club. Like the consistency level, I don't think I've hit one under 200 yet, which is good because I'm not swinging amazing. 205. See, that's a little bit of a worry. The harder I hit it, the more it spins. That's dropped down on distance and I nailed that one as well. Right, last shot. I'm going to discount everything I just said. I'm going to absolutely take this one. 205, but it's straight again. Like, it doesn't matter where, you know I said we will be testing around the face? Yeah, we have. Let's take a look. Right, dispersion. And apart from that one shot, for 15 shots, I really don't think that's that bad. Again, it all comes down to the pilot, I know, but I did feel comfortable over it, which is a big positive, because sometimes for me, hybrids can go over here, sometimes they can go over here, and on occasion, they sometimes find the way going over there. So generally, I don't think that's too bad. How's it performed number-wise? Rather than looking at averages, we're going to look at all of them. Oh, there was one under 200, like I said there, but generally, if I'm putting a club in the bag with that much consistency, I don't particularly mind that at all. Average club head speed 95.9, ball speed 134, an average spin just below 5,000, which is a lot, but for a club like that, I don't particularly mind. I do think if they were to stick an adjustable hosel on this and maybe charge £30 more, so put it up to 169, it's a good club. It deserves to be at that price, and with the adjustment, I don't see why it couldn't be at that price. I'm not sure why. I know they've tried to go in cheaper than everyone else, which makes total sense because not everyone wants to pay £200, £250 for a hybrid. I totally get that. But I also think that they've maybe not taken themselves seriously enough this year with the product. And if they had have done, I think it would have been even better. So it's a difficult line to judge. But for me, for the price, outstanding, very, very good. If you're in the market for a hybrid and don't want to spend, like I said, £200, £250, make sure you go and try the Wilson D9 hybrid. I'm yet to test the irons as well. I brought the irons up here to test, and then it snowed actually, so I ended up running home because I was scared. So I'm going to test those this week. Let me know what else you want me to test against this and against those. And apart from that, guys, I'll thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all next week. Subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.